Hi guys and welcome to the Social Hotspot podcast. My name is Matthew, I'm the co-founder of Social Hotspot and I'm here today with Gaz who runs a 7-figure UPVC company. We're going to be diving into how he's managed to scale such a large business, the lessons he's learned along the way, and hopefully some value for you guys watching or listening. Let's get into it. I want to dial it back to start with because obviously I'm within the trades industry, we Social Hotspot are, but I have no idea what it looks like actually getting into a trade. So obviously you've been in the industry for how long?
Just gone 23 years.
23 years. That's how old I am. Shows you how long that is.
You're making me feel old, what? And I do feel young to say.
So walk me through how you even managed to get into the trades industry in the first place.
The thing with trades is, obviously when I was a kid, it was one of the biggest, highest earning, like a trade was where you earn money. Yeah. Believe it or not, if you could get a forklift license, they obviously paid more. I think minimum wage back then was what, £6 or something.
Yeah, something ridiculous.
If you was a forklift driver, you got about £9. Yes. So obviously people was like, yeah, get a forklift license or go into a trade because obviously that's where you could earn decent money. And I don't know, I always wanted to be a painter and decorator.
Right. But is that where you started? You went into painting and decorating?
Kind of, yeah. Ever since like a young age, for some reason, I just always had a dream of just owning a business. Yeah. I wanted to be an RAF fighter pilot. Nice. The school teacher was like, you have not got the brains for that, which fair comment. Bit rude at the time, but fair. Yeah. So I was like, fair enough. I'll find a trade. Yeah. Because I come from a family that, like, I was surrounded by people that don't work. Mm. And it was just, it wasn't for me. Yeah. I was always different. And I just got told to work hard.
Is that where, because I was the exact same. Like there was just a moment where I was like, fuck this, I just want to do something and like own my own thing. So even before you got into the trade, like your mindset was you wanted to have your own thing, you wanted to build your own business, and the trades was the avenue you wanted to go down.
It was more money. Yeah. Money motivated, because I come from a family that ain't got a lot of money. Yeah. So it was like, I had a burden of like, I needed to look after my mum and dad when I grow up. Mm. So I need to earn a lot of money and look after people. Yeah. So I did it for money. Yeah. To start with. And I knew the only way to earn more money was actually own something. Yeah. And then I was always trying to earn money from like when I was like 12 or 13. Yeah. I'd cut people's grass. I had a window cleaning round. I put the bin out for the old woman who used to give me like 50p a week. Do you know what I mean? Anything where I could earn money, I'd sell fags at school. Yeah. Money up the wall. Then I started selling sweets and even when I was at school, I was earning probably about £80 a week at school.
It's pretty good going.
Which don't sound a lot, but like back in the late 90s, £80 a week. I think my dad's last wage was like £67 a week. So
you're living.
It was a lot of money. Yeah. As a kid, I spent it as quick as I earned it. Don't get me wrong, and then I always remember, I think it was one of my mum's cousins had got a paint and decorating company. Yeah. And it was quite big, to be fair. I think he had about 20 blokes on for him. Okay. And he was always, anytime he seen one of us like young kids, he was like, do you want to come and help out? And I'll chuck you some money and this, that. And I was all like, yeah, I'm up for that. Mm. And somebody told me at the time that paints and decorators ain't £350 a week. Mm-hmm. So being like 14, 15, I'm thinking £350 a week is like $3,500.
You're rich.
So you're rich. Yeah. Paint and decorator is the way forward. And then he kind of offered me a job when I was about 15. I was still at school, really. I shouldn't have even been working there. Mm-hmm. And it was for £60 a week. So in my eyes, I was like, I'm earning £20 less than being at school. Yeah. But I'm learning the trade, is what people keep telling me. And the first couple of weeks was brilliant. I was doing the cutting in, and he let me have a little go on the roller and stuff like that. And then I spent the next 2 months scraping paint off the floor. And I was like, this is shit. Yeah. Like, where's the money? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I was picked up at 6 in the morning. I was dropped off at 6 at night.
Fucking hell, what was that like? How old were you?
Fucking £1 a day.
16?
No, I was about 15.
50?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I was paying £10 board out of that. Yeah. At least £60. I was like, this is shit.
It's not for you.
And I always remember I was on a job and I was sweeping up, and there was a young lad there. He'd probably been about 22, 23. Mm. And he says to me, fuck that painting off. He was like, be a plumber. It was like £800 a week.
Yeah.
We're rolling in it. So my mind now is thinking 350 or 800.
Yeah.
Fuck this, I'll be a plumber.
Easy decision. Because
You know
you've
what I
gone
mean?
from the
Stop the
painting and
money.
decorating
Yeah.
really low.
Painting shit.
Guys come in and said you're going to get 1,800 a week.
Yeah.
Is that where you moved to?
I did enjoy. I did enjoy the painting. Like I did like it, but I spent that much time scrubbing floors, getting paint up. I was just like, nah.
So what age did you decide then? So you've been doing painting and decorating, got into the trade, you've learnt a skill, didn't really enjoy it.
That only lasted probably 2 months or something. But we was doing stuff like Birmingham Uni and schools and stuff, and they'd send me to the top floor. Go and tell so-and-so I need him down here.
Yeah.
But I'd walk up them stairs like I was the gaffer.
Yeah.
In my mind,
Yeah.
all these was working for me, and I was going to find out why he wasn't doing his job.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I used to role play this thing in my mind. And then I decided to go to college when I was 16, and I did the first year at college. And I think I was window cleaning or something at the time, just for the wage.
Something on the side.
Yeah. So I think I was getting paid like £30 a day for that. And then I went to college, but the college colleges fuck you over with trades. So I did the first year plumbing.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the second year unless you worked with a plumber.
Right.
But a plumber couldn't take you on until you'd done the second year of college. So unless you paid for it,
you couldn't.
I couldn't go any further because I was under 18. It was free.
Yeah.
So unless I was willing to pay for it, well, I can't even remember what it was. But I ain't got the money to pay for it. I was like, I can't afford to pay for the second year of college. So, fuck the plumbing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Move on to some. Was the mind like, so you can't do the plumbing now. Was the mind like you still wanted to go down the trades industry route?
Yeah, because anybody that I did know around me had some sort of a trade. Yeah. And they always seemed to be a bit better. But don't forget, I'm from a rough council estate where people was fucking drug dealers and car thieves. Do you know what I mean? So, a tradesman was, well, I either go to prison or I learn a trade.
Yeah.
The choices was
one or the other.
One or the other.
Yeah.
So I got rid of college, and then it started off, I wanted a motorbike. All my mates had motorbikes.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford one. And my mum and dad was like, you ain't fucking having a bike.
Yeah.
It's coughing on wheels for a start. And I was like, fuck you, I'll get a job. I'll buy my own motorbike. And there was a place in the town where I'm from, and it was like a job centre for kids. So when you were 16 to 18, it was like a little mini job centre, and there was an advertisement in there for somebody to weld window frames, but it said a welder, but it said no experience was needed. So I was a bit like, okay. So I phoned this company up. I mean, the company's still there today. I think they've been trading about 35 years.
No way.
And I phoned them up and says, because any other job I'd had in the past was through somebody, like a relative knew. It was always somebody I knew. Yeah. And I always got told, he's saying what you know too, and all this bullshit. And that was the first job I went and found on my own back.
Yeah.
Applied for it. But I said to my dad at the time, I don't know nothing about welding. Yeah. And he said, but it says there, you don't need the experience, so I'll just give him a ring, see what happens. So I phoned him up, went did the job interview, and the bloke was like, when can you start? I was like, well, soon as. But I need Tuesdays off because I was still at college at the time.
And that's when you were doing the college?
And I was doing the plumbing. So I was thinking, I'll just work here. I'll have that. And he went, fucking don't think so, mate. It's 5 days a week or nothing. So then I was like, fuck the plumbing. Do you know what I mean? I'll just work here. I'll buy me motorbike and then
see what happens.
Fuck this and all.
Well, you're young. You're not thinking about anything else. You just, I want my motorbike.
I just want my motorbike at this point.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was 17. I was taking driving lessons. I started this job at the window company. And in my mind, I was like, I'm just going to do it till I get the motorbike. Yeah. And then I don't have any plans. But even then, I'd still walk around that factory like it was mine.
The place.
Yeah. And then I spent probably about 2 years there.
At the welding place?
Yeah, so I was basically,
okay.
I could only weld window frames.
Yeah.
Until I was 18 because they couldn't insure me to use the saws and stuff like that. Yeah. And then when I turned 18, they went through about 4 door fabricators in about 6 weeks. Right. And then the gaffer at the time says to the manager, just learn guys how to make the doors. Yeah. So I ended up being a door fabricator. Nice. So you worked your way from the frames to fabrication, and that's over a 2 year span. So from 17 to 19. Probably about a year.
Okay.
Yeah. 18 months it's a push.
Yeah.
Because now as soon as I turned 18, I could be a door fabricator then.
So where was the entrance into? I mean, I'm seeing the connections now. Like we're in the trades, painting and decorating, then we're kind of moving our way to the UPVC and conservatory roofing. Where was the injection into the UPVC industry specifically?
It kind of started from that.
Yeah.
So I started making doors and I had this job. And then I kind of went through my first week of making doors.
Yeah.
I always remember saying to the manager at the time, straight through with this drill bit. Yeah. Because he was on the phone.
Yeah.
So I did. And then somebody phoned him up on the Friday and was like, what the fuck's going on with these doors? And he said, what do you mean? He said, it's cost £40 in trim to cover the holes. He was like, what holes? He was like, there's all holes in the back. And he pulled all these doors I'd made all the week forward, and I'd gone straight through the door frame with the drill bit.
Shit.
So we had to spend all day Saturday re-hanging these doors. He still blames me to this day. I mean, I ain't spoken to him for a couple of years now, but he still blames me. Yeah. And I still blame him. Like, we laugh about it now. And then, that went on for like a year or something, and then I needed it. I passed my driving test.
Yeah.
And I needed extra money because I was only on about £127 a week.
Oh, right, okay.
And then I was there for about 8 months. They laid us off because they hadn't got much work.
Yeah.
Then I went and got a job at a glass company somewhere else. I was only there about 4 weeks. And then the old gaffer, I mean, he's dead now, bless him.
Yeah.
He phoned me up and was like, I want you to come back. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
You got rid of me. I'm staying here now. And I'm on £197 a week. So if you want me to come back, you're going to have to pay me. I didn't realise at the time it was emergency tax. So it looked like I was earning more.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. My wages was going to come down.
Yeah.
So I ended up going back for £197 a week. So technically, I had 4 weeks off from that place and ended up with £60 a week more to back.
It's pretty good.
But then when I passed my driving test, I didn't really think about what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I got into modified cars and I was just like, I just need to earn money. And obviously, like, I started doing deliveries on the night at the Chinese. So I used to work at the window company from 8 till 4:30. I'd race home, have a show, get changed. And then I'd basically deliver food, like fucking Uber Eats.
Yeah. Just for a little bit of extra change.
12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So even at the age of 19, I was on about £500 a week.
Yeah.
But the problem was, because I was into modified cars, I was spending every penny on my car.
Yeah. If
I could go back now, obviously, I'd have banked it. Do you know what I mean? I'd have had about 10 houses, but...
Yeah. You wouldn't be here now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I probably would. I'd probably just come in a fucking £3,000 suit. You know what I mean? But so I worked 2 jobs and I did that for about a year.
Yeah.
And then the gaffers down there, because I needed some extra money, there was like, if you stay behind and you seal all the glass, we'll chuck you like an extra 50 quid. So I was like, sound. So I used to stay at that factory till about 7 at night on my own, radio, seal all the glass to the conservatory, and then just fucking lock up and go on, basically.
Just keep going.
But in my mind, it was my factory.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, I'm on my own, I'm trusty, I've got keys. And...
It's funny because it seems like it was instilled in an early age you wanted to do your own thing. It was like you're going to go down the train, you want to have your own thing. And even when you're working for other people, you're still thinking in your own mind that like, this is mine, and you're going through the paces, even if you're imagining it.
Yeah.
You're essentially practicing for when you start your own company. So I guess at what point did that switch where instead of thinking about it, you were like, right, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna start my own business? Like, what was the first one you actually...
I mean, that was like a few years after. So, I mean, disaster struck when I was 21. So I had a car accident.
Shit.
And it knackered some of the discs in my back. And I had about 12 or 18 months off work. And I was just fucking dossed about, basically.
Yeah.
Didn't really do anything. Apart from, I was bored. So I took a Spanish course on.
You took a Spanish course?
Took Spanish, yeah. To try and learn to speak basic Spanish. Swear down, true story. And I learnt the basics of Spanish because I was bored. I had fuck all to do.
That might be the most random thing.
I couldn't really leave the house because I could barely walk.
Your back's
so where we lived, there was an old secondary school at the top of the street. And they did a Spanish course one night a week, 2 hours. So I went up there and there was only me and one other person in the class with a full-on Spanish teacher. So I learned to speak a bit of Spanish because I was fucking bored shitless.
Gasper's in a car crash, been off work for 12 months.
But he can speak Spanish there.
What's he been up to? Well, he goes to Spanish class every Tuesday.
Mate, I got a diploma and everything for basic Spanish.
Do you know what? Fair play.
It was the first certificates I ever had.
That's
and
class.
It was for nothing to do with the fucking trade. And now I am. So I learnt the basics of that. But the company that I worked at always said, if you ever want to come back to Slough now.
Yeah.
But I'd had that much time off. I was 21, 22.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to work at that point.
Yeah.
And I just thought, fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be like my mates and DOS. Do you know what I mean? And like, one of the window fitters there phoned me up and was like, oh, can you help me out Saturday? One of the lads is
Just randomly.
Just randomly, yeah. Right. Can you help me out? I'm stuck. And I just said, yeah, I'll come and get a truck. And I went and helped him out on the Saturday. And then I just chucked me a bit of cash. And then the week after, he phoned me again. Oh, the lads let me down. Can you come and help me again? And, yeah, sound. And then he's like, he's off. Something like Monday, Tuesday, the week after. Can you come and help me out? And I was like, yeah. Because I just thought, it's just money.
Just doing something on Saturday,
like, it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just help him out as and when.
Yeah.
And then he kept saying over these course of these 2 days, why don't you come full-time?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't want a job. Like, I'm happy dossing now.
Yeah.
Like, I just lost.
There's all the motivation just gone.
Just lost me.
Yeah.
Couldn't be arsed. Don't want to do anything. Because I'd fucking got credit cards and stuff, do you know what I mean? So it was just like, I wasn't bothered. Like, I'd bought stuff and like, I was in fucking loads of debt at the time, so I was only young, do you know what I mean? But as long as I could go out on the piece with my mates, I don't care.
You're not thinking about the long-term ramifications?
No, at this point, I'm just thinking, as long as I can go out Saturday with the lads.
Yeah.
Footwork, do you know what I mean?
Fair play.
And then we went out on the Saturday night for a couple of drinks, and I was drunk, and he was like, why don't you just come full-time? So I've been drunk. Yeah, fucking no problem, mate. Pick me up Monday.
Yeah.
And he held me to it.
Really?
And he was like, I'll fucking be there Monday. Don't let me down. And in my mind, I'm thinking, fuck him. I just won't answer the door.
Yeah.
And he come to my flat.
No way.
Fucking banging on the door.
No way.
And I was like, I've got no choice. Yeah. And I thought, right, just help him out for a week and just say to him, look, you're going to have to find somebody else. I don't want the fucking job, to be honest. Yeah. And to be honest, it worked out. It was probably the best thing that could have done. So I went working. I started fitting. And I did that for like 4 or 5 years. And then...
Was that for the same guy?
Yeah, so he worked for the same company that I'd worked for.
Yeah.
I ain't going to fucking name drop him,
give
him any publicity. But yeah, but it was still under the same company. And we made a friendship. I was the best man at his wedding and whatever. So like, and we was just, we got on well. Fit windows all week.
Yeah.
Couple of points on Friday, whatever. And then I got to a stage then after about 4 or 5 years, I started to slowly think, I fucking want to do this for myself.
I could do
because people was putting reviews in and I was getting like Nine Persley and he's brilliant and his work and this and the other. And my money at the time was still shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was 26 or something like that. And I was only on about 350 quid a week.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, right, 10 years ago, I should have been earning this when I left school.
Yeah. I'm
fucking still only on this now. And some of my mates, they was working in factories and they was bringing like 390, 400 quid. And I was like, I'm working 6 days for this.
Yeah. It's hard work as well.
Do you know what I mean? And then I went on holiday to Mallorca and some bloke offered me a job in a bar. And I went, yeah, fuck, I'll stay here. And I just stayed there for 6 months and quit the job. I was like, fuck your fitting job, I ain't coming back.
Yeah.
So, and I did that. I think I stayed for about 3 or 4 months. And then I remember sitting on the beach and I just thought, there's fucking got to be more to life than this.
Yeah.
I'm too old to do this. I'm 27.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking pissed every day. Like, you can have a laugh, but it's shit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
shallow. Yeah.
All my mates at this point now are buying houses and everything. And like, I ain't got nothing. I don't own anything. So
would you say that was the switch?
That was the turning point.
You worked for 4 or 5 years for someone else. Like you've got kind of that motivation where you know you need to work.
Yeah.
You've gone away on like a whim to try and escape this work that you've been going to. You're there for, you said 3 or 4 months, getting pissed all the time, and you're sitting there like, I can't really do this forever. Would you say that was the moment where you were like, I can do this myself?
Honestly, I sat on that beach and I thought, I need to do something. Like, so I've got to chase something.
Yeah.
And the only thing I know at this point is how to fit windows.
Yeah.
So it's other people was like, oh, go to college and learn to be a sparky. And I was thinking, I'm too old for that now.
Yeah.
I probably won't, but in my mind, I was like, no, I'm just going to have to play the hand I'm dealt now. Stick with windows, but I'm going to do something for myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, fuck this. So I got a flight and I come back. I got my job back fitting. I come back in the October, I think it was. I went fitting for about another 12 months or something, and I was trying to put a plan together, but I had no idea how to start a business.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't know what to do. All I got was a van.
Yeah.
So, because I'd parked the van up when I was away.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'm going to need like a phone number. And in my mind, I was like, I was trying to go off what other people have got. So, like, you know, when you've got your letterhead now and you've got your company details and your company number.
Yeah.
I was thinking that I needed all this paperwork with this stuff on.
Yeah.
And VAT numbers in this and that.
Yeah,
And I was trying to fabricate stuff so it looked professional. But I don't know why. I got to say, like, I don't know enough about business. In my mind, I was thinking, I'm going to end up getting fucking done for tax evasion. I'm going to end up spending some time in fucking prison. So I ain't got no idea how to run a business. And then I kept like toying with these ideas. And then if somebody wanted a job doing, obviously I'd do it on the weekend, and started doing like a couple of jobs on the weekend.
For yourself?
For myself, yeah.
Right.
And it was always somebody at the pub.
Yeah.
And I bought a car valeting van.
Right.
And I was like, I'll go into car detailing as well.
Okay.
So I started doing that on the weekends.
So now you've got two businesses.
So now I'm trying to like do this car detailing as well as work, as well as try and build like a double glazing company.
Yeah.
But obviously I had no money.
Yeah.
I had no fucking money at all. And we all went out at Christmas. For the
how long had you been, we'll say, running the business? Obviously, I know it's in its infancy, but it's in your mind and you believe that you run. Was this, so you left in October?
Yeah, so I come back from Spain.
Yeah.
And then I went fitting for probably about a year.
Yeah.
And then on that Christmas, we went out on the works do.
Yeah.
And I got a bit drunk. And in my mind, I went fucky.
Yeah.
And there was all talking, and there was like, oh, next year, we're going to look at doing this and rebranding. And I just went, don't fucking invite me. And they went, what? And I went, I ain't coming. And there's always drunk. And I went, I ain't coming back. So I was upset. Yeah, I said, damn it. I said, I'm fucking going to do this myself. And there was all like, of course he will.
Yeah.
And I left. And I never went back January.
Did you regret saying that?
I did kind of wake up. And my family at the time was having a pop at me.
Yeah.
And there was all like, what are you going to do? It's fucking January. You've just moved in an house. You've got no money to start a business up.
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck you lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to take advice from a bunch of people that have never started a business, because you fucking don't know what you're doing either.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you've quit a job. So, something will come up.
Yeah.
And I left, and I sat in this house that I moved in, and it was the first week of January. And I kind of says to myself, now what are you going to do, guys? Because you've got no fucking money. Your phone ain't ringing. You've got no work. And I'll just presume the phone would just magically ring.
Yeah.
And people know that me now has left my job.
Yeah.
And I've got a business and people are going to ring me.
Yeah.
Fucking what a shock. Did I come crashing down to earth? And I walked around Asda with a calculator and 20 quid. And I thought, right, don't go over the £20 because I ain't got the fucking 50p.
Yeah.
It's £20.50. And I made a promise to myself, right, I'm going to fucking work as hard as I can now so I never, ever have to fucking do this ever again.
Yeah. Is that...
And then I dropped totally lucky.
Yeah. But that's it though. I think social commitment is one of the strongest forms of commitment. Like, you know, if you hadn't said to your family or said to work that you were going to start a business, that you're going to start your own thing, you probably would have delayed.
Yeah.
But by just letting the penny drop all at once, letting everything go, having 20 quid in Asda and having nothing else, the phone's not ringing, it puts you in that state. It's like primitive state where you're like, I have to make this work now. I haven't got another choice. Everyone thinks I'm running my own business now.
Yeah.
So I have to allow that to happen. And I think it's quite a powerful place to be in as well, because I assume from that position, like, you had no choice other than to make it work, because you couldn't go back to the other job because they'd all be like, haha, told you.
They all sat there, and they actually says he'll come back with his tail between his legs.
Yes.
So one was fucking determination. I'm not.
Yeah.
Because I am like that. Like, will cut my nose off to spite my face. And I was determined never to ask him for the job back. And I lived away from where I was brought up, and I was also determined I was never going to live back there ever again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I need to fucking make this work.
Yeah.
And I've only got myself at this point. I've got no help. I can't turn to anybody to lend me money to start a business up because I'm from people that ain't got it.
Yeah.
And then I went in the pub after 2 weeks and I thought, fuck's sake, I'm going to have to phone for my job back because I don't know what I'm going to do. And when I walked in, this bloke was like, just a man, I've fucking been waiting for you to come in. I need 3 windows in the door.
No way.
So I thought, bonus. So yeah, sound, I'll pop round tomorrow, measure them up. So I did the job. That gave me just enough money to scrape the rent together. And then I went to watch Britain's Got Talent at Birmingham
live
Pajama, when they were doing the auditions.
Yeah.
And I was stood in the queue for ages, and I got chatting to a bloke, and he said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I've just tried to start my own business up, doing like windows, doors, roof line." And he went, "Right, here's my card. Give me a ring Monday. I need a team to come in to do all the roof line on the contracts that we've got."
No way.
And he come out of fucking nowhere.
No way.
And I says, "Okay." And this was February, and I phoned him up, and I went over to his office in Telford, I think it was, and yeah, basically that they give me all the jobs that they got fitting soffit, face and gutter, and I did that, and I had no fucking tools.
Yeah.
Well, I had an impact driver, and I was like, right, I borrowed a set of ladders, and I scraped this one, just about managed to get this one job done. I got paid at the end of the week, and I think it was about 1,100 quid or something.
Yeah.
So I paid the labourer that had helped me, and I went and bought some more tools that I needed, like fucking cutters and levels and SDS. And all I did for 6 months was buy toolkits. Yeah. Every time I got paid my bills for my house, car,
reinvest,
fucking buy tools. Yeah. And that's all I did. And every penny I got, I made sure I got enough tools to do what I needed, and sets of ladders and fucking hell, we had like towers and all sorts by the time I'd finished after 6 months.
It's funny how your mind changes as well, because before, when you said that, like, you used to get paid and then spend and spend and spend, but in the state you were in then, where you're like, you need to make this work, you're then getting paid and reinvesting
straight away.
And it's weird what happens when, like, you change the landscape with that in terms of the position that you're in, how you'll actually operate within that situation, which is really, really cool. I guess looking back now, so you've just started the business, we could call it luck or fate, however you want to view it, but you got those couple of first jobs under your belt, you're kind of scraping by, you're reinvesting, the referrals are probably building up over time as well because you're doing a good job. If you could look back, or if you could speak to yourself back then and give any advice for, like, or do you look back at any of those moments and think, fucking hell, why did you do that? You're an idiot.
Yeah. Through most of it.
What would be the one piece of advice you'd give to yourself if you were in that position and you were like when you were in that position, you said, I'm going to start my own business. Like, what would be the advice that you would give yourself back then?
It's hard, because I would say to somebody, try and get some advice off somebody that's done it.
Yeah.
But looking back, I don't have anybody to ask either.
Right.
So I probably would have still ended up doing
the exact same,
the same thing at the time. Yeah. It'd probably be a bit different now. But for me at that time, I don't think it would have gone any different.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I probably could have done is the company I worked at the time, instead of just coming out Christmas again, I ain't coming back.
Yeah.
He's probably spoke to them properly.
Yeah.
And just said, look, I fancy trying to do this myself. If you've got any advice.
Yeah.
And why that would have gone, I don't know.
Yeah. Because you've gone the extreme route, which is like you just stop one and try and start the other. And we speak with prospects all the time who are in that weird transition phase, which is equally as difficult. I don't think there's one better way of doing it. Like, half working on one or half trying to build a business, I think is equally as difficult for different ways as just cutting off and restarting.
For me personally, I think it's all about your circumstances.
Yeah.
And what you want to do it for. Mm-hmm. Because if you're the kind of person where your dad's give you 25 grand to start a business, you can most certainly guarantee it'll fucking fail.
Yeah.
Because it's easily come.
Yeah.
If you've got to work the hours that it takes and fucking keep reinvesting the money back in and crawl and slog through it, more people make more of a success from that because they've had to fucking grind through it.
Exactly.
And it's the same with business people. When you look at people like Peter Jones and Lord Sugar and that, like, most of them have been bankrupt.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But some of your biggest successes come after fucking failure.
Yeah.
And I've learnt through business that failure is one of the best teachers.
100%.
I've learned more through failing than I have through anybody's advice.
Yeah, because it's allowed you to become the person to get to that next level and then start building, and then the next and the next and the next and the next.
Exactly, yeah.
It's really interesting. I guess with regards to, so that first business that you created, I assume that wasn't the one we're running right now, Draycote?
Nah.
So between...
It evolved.
Over time.
I did this roof line.
Yeah.
And they was throwing that much work at me. I was just fucking employing anybody that fucking I could get my hands on. Like, I went in the pub, you busy tomorrow now? You can come with us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was trying to set like little teams up and make 50 quid on each person. And that was a fucking shambles because they'd knacker something up and I'd have to work all weekend to put it right. And so I was trying, that was learning me to manage people.
Yeah.
Because I don't fucking know how to manage people.
Yeah, it's completely
I don't know how to build a brand. My van was signed with. They don't care because I was getting the work fitted. And I was thinking, well, I'll start getting work off the back of it because my van's signed with. And I never got anything. The only thing I had, and I'm still like this to this day, I've never fucked another company over.
Yeah.
And I've never took anybody else's work.
Yeah.
So if somebody's give me a job, and the next door neighbours come out and said, give me a price, I've always said, and I always will, you need to bring this person because it's their job.
What makes you operate like that?
I don't know. It's just a moral inside me. Like I've never fucked anybody out for a job.
Yeah. And do you believe that by doing that, it's karma, isn't it? It's you do a good thing, it's your morals, it's how you are as an individual.
It is, but it's also like, especially my industry, everybody knows everybody. Do you know what I mean? And I have built a name for myself now where people have trusted me with like fucking ridiculous size jobs because of the way I was in the early days.
Yeah.
And then, like I says, I did that for about 6 months. And then I went and got like a job window fitting. And then I moved to a couple of little different companies. And I just thought, I'm earning like decent money fitting, but I'm still doing it for other people.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
technically, it's our fucking business at this point.
Yeah.
And then I went and worked, so I worked at about 3 or 4 different window companies fitting. And every time I went there, I always learnt from the people around it.
Yeah.
And I always said to their customers, what made you pick these? Well, when the gaffer come round, he put these fucking blue things on his trainers, so I knew if he was going to look after me, his fitters would.
Yeah.
Fucking okay.
So you're just consistently trying to download this information in terms of what makes a good company tick. And then you're obviously able to leverage that
feedback
as we move on.
Straight from their customers. And it was like, I'd ask another company, and well, all the uniforms are clean.
Yeah.
And the vans are signed with, can't make sure your fucking uniforms and you're branded. And, you know, and I was putting all this stuff in a box. And I was looking at their paperwork out, and some sent welcome letters out saying, oh, thanks for choosing us. This is the date we're going to come. This is what's going to happen, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, fucking, I'm going to do all this. I don't, because fucking, I ain't got a team of people to do that. It's too much hard work.
Yeah.
They had, that's why they could.
Yeah.
But that reflected what they charge for the jobs. I mean, fucking, they used to charge a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, for a front door, 10 years ago, they were charging nearly $3,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
they were positioned correctly in relation to the market, though.
Yeah, that was like fucking massive.
The way we view companies when we speak to them is there's kind of 3 segments of the market. It's people that buy purely on price, people that buy with a mixture of price and quality, and then people that like the top end, which is pure quality. Most people sit with targeting the customers that are just looking for price. Seems like this guy had been able to build a brand where it was that mixture of quality and price.
I mean, the company was like 30 years old, but they'd built it up to, in his eyes, it was like a fucking Premier League company.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was like, we're in the elite, and at the time I was thinking, fuck off.
It's the minute details, yeah.
I learned from these people, and then the last window company I worked at, I was working a couple of days for them, a couple of days for myself, and I was doing the same as what I did at the beginning. So I was using the money, and I built a website. Well, I don't build it, but I paid to have like a website built.
Is that the Draycote one?
No, so
another one.
This was like a different name at the time. So I had the website built, and then I started like looking at places like fucking Checker Trade and stuff like that. And thinking, I need this, and I need the van sign meeting, uniforms, and I kept trying to put the money back into it. Don't get me wrong, I was earning fucking decent money because I was fitting a job for them on price.
Yeah.
And when I was like in my late 20s, early 30s, like I could fucking fly through my gears like a Formula 1 car when it comes to fitting. Do you know what I mean? I ain't so fucking fast now, but like, so back then I was earning like a shitload of money because I was doing my own jobs as well. So I was getting like 1,500 quid off them for like 3 days or something.
Yeah.
Then I was fitting a job and I was making like 3 grand off that. So
yeah,
some weeks I could have like fucking 5 grand.
Yeah. So then at what point did you fully transition to doing your own work where it was like that's it?
So the bloke that owned that company, I turn around and says, I can't work Thursday, Friday because I'm going to sort my own jobs out.
Yeah.
And he turned round and says, either run your own business or fucking don't.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? He says, seriously, fuck off. And I was like, no, I'm happy to work in here a couple. And he went, nah. He says, if you want to run your own business, go and do it.
One or the other.
And do you want to know what? It's the fucking best push anybody's ever given me.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I didn't realise he was doing it for the good. Because he was like, that company's 45 years old. It employs everybody that's got to win the company's work for him. And he could see that if anybody's going to go and probably make a success of it, it'll be gas.
Yeah.
But I was struggling to make the full jump, and he basically pushed me.
He pushed you over.
And I had a good relationship with him for a couple of years after. I used to meet him up for advice and all sorts, or I've got this with this customer, how do I go about it, or fucking I'm having this issue with a staff. And
was it still you just had that conversation, you've decided I'm going to just go for it, like put everything in one. Obviously it was under a different name, but it's basically the same company you're running. It's just transitioned over
basically,
time.
yeah.
So was it still yourself that was doing absolutely everything?
Yeah.
So you were getting work in, which is great. You got that foundation sorted. How long, like, let's go through the first couple of months then of you deciding I'm doing this full time now. Like, what did that first couple of months look like?
I had no fucking choice because he just pushed me off the edge.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I'd got 2 weeks worth of work. So I'd got like 2 days of each week that would have lasted probably 2 months.
Yeah.
So I crammed it together and it was like, two and a half weeks worth of work. And as I was doing it, somebody had rung off the website. That gave me another week. Then someone else come in. And honestly, it just slowly fucking went like that. And then somebody rang me up and says, I've been given your number by somebody. Can you come and do 110 houses in Milton Keynes?
Yes.
Yeah. So I put this little team together and I went down there.
Was that just through your existing network? Like
somebody was looking for somebody that could take the job on.
Yeah.
And they spoke to somebody and they was like, oh, just give Gaz a ring because he'll fit it, but he won't obviously fucking try and undercut you when he's there. And I went and did that for 4 months. So that earned us decent money.
And that kept you busy for all 4 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
So all over Christmas and January. And I was nervous at this point because it was the first year and I was thinking Christmas.
Yeah.
What if the work slows down January and this? And it started November and it ended in the end of March.
Wow.
And it got me through that year.
Yeah.
And it honestly, it just went from that.
What do you think? Because I speak with a lot of trades businesses who, same as you, when you're starting, you have to rely on word of mouth and referrals because you don't have the funds to be able to invest in marketing. You're not big enough to do, really. But a lot of people struggle to get referrals. I guess for yourself, seems like, I wouldn't say easy, but it came, like, the work did come. There was probably periods where it was slower, but eventually, like, it did take over. Is there any advice or is there any reason you think that you were able to have maybe more consistency than the average trades business trying to rely on referrals? Do you think it was just purely for the fact that you were honest and have built a good reputation, or is anything else?
A bit of both, really. I think it's because I was prepared to do what other people want.
Yeah.
So when people was having quotes, some people was like, oh, fuck that. I ain't fucking quoting for a door and a window handle.
Yeah.
Whereas I would. And it's like, people ring me up and go, I only need 5 handles, no problem.
Yeah.
I'll fucking come and change it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I thought I can do that on the way on.
Yeah.
And then, like, one bloke phoned me up and he was like, oh, I've got this leak on the window and this and the other. I mean, now I'd just be like,
of course,
I wouldn't touch it. But at the time, I was like, I'll come and have a look to you. And basically, somebody put a trim on the head and it was sticking out too far past the brickwork. And obviously, the water's come down, gone underneath. I was like, look, you just need a smaller trim. I ripped it off, put a smaller trim on. He was like, what do I add? I went, tell me about it. I said, just fucking chuck me a review on fucking Facebook or something.
Yeah.
And 6 months after, he phoned me back for a nice full of windows.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, because I was prepared to do the shit.
Yeah.
It come back in after. But I I used to fucking work every hour that come.
Yeah.
I mean, I've left the house some mornings at fucking 5 in the morning, not come back till 9 at night.
Yeah.
So it was hard. Like, starting a business is fucking hard work. You have got to be prepared to do what everybody else ain't.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
It's almost like removing the ego. Like, people feel like they're entitled to only do jobs they want to do. But if you haven't got a name or a brand, you don't really. You should say yes to everything and provide the best service for everything. It seems like you've done that, but you've done it in a way that's relentless. It's consistent. It's always. And then it pays dividends over time.
Exactly.
You feel the effect of it later on.
If you look at boxers, their first professional fight, for example, right? In their mind, they're a world champion.
Yeah.
You ain't going to get a total shot. You've got to fucking do all the shit first.
Yeah.
And it's the same with a business. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be prepared to fucking put the hours in.
Yeah.
And do all the shit jobs.
Yeah.
And build it up.
Yeah.
And build your reputation like that. The only thing I noticed with mine is I spent 3 years. I was working, but it wasn't growing. I'd only got like a library with me.
So that's 3 years of running. Referrals, word of mouth, and got you through.
Yeah, and just like...
But you're kind of capped.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was thinking that there's fucking something wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was, but I just thought, it ain't getting any bigger.
Mm.
So I started doing what I did when I worked for the other companies, started getting feedback off people. And it was the name. People was like, oh, we thought you just manufactured.
Oh, no
I
way.
realised you installed.
So you actually... When you were thinking, why are we not growing more, you actually just asked your customers.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And it was the name.
Oh, wow. That's such a good little, like, nugget of information, though. Like,
you don't realise how hard it is to name a company till you need to name one.
Yeah.
And then you go on company's house and it's either been taken or it's too similar or there's somebody close by or it's been dissolved or...
Yeah.
It's fucking hard. And I put this name together. It was fun. I thought it was great at the time, but...
Of course you do.
I mean, obviously we was working, but...
Yeah.
It wore a brand.
Okay.
It just looked like a fucking cheap company.
So what happened when... So you received that feedback. Going 3 years, you're like, why is it not growing further? Chatting with the customers, name's a bit weird or something's off with it. I assume you changed the name. Like, what happened from that point onwards?
So, I kind of like hit this brick wall. And I was working all the time and... don't get me wrong, I say it was the name. It was capped, but I was still earning a good living. Like, I was earning a fucking lot of money. But because I don't know how to run a business, I thought the business's money was my money. So I was living a lifestyle that really you live once you've made it. Do you know what I mean?
Once that's in your bank account, not the business's bank account. Yeah.
So the people I surrounded myself at the time was like electricians but these are all people that had started when I was 18.
Yeah.
So they was 10 years into business and I was 3.
And
so
you're trying to keep up.
I'm trying to play catch up with these.
Yeah.
So whenever we went anywhere, they'd all got like fucking Range Rovers and Rolexes. So I was like, well, I'll fucking go and buy one.
Yeah.
So I was spending money I hadn't really got really, funding a lifestyle I shouldn't have been living.
Yeah.
And I probably did. I worked more than I needed to because I didn't invest the money in the right places, and I got fucking scammed a shit lot.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who to trust. Who does? You have, honestly, when you start a business up, there's so many fucking sharks out there that circle for new businesses, and especially for young people that don't know any better.
Ignorance.
They'll call you up and they'll promise you the fucking world, and you'll get fed into it, and you'll buy it, and before you know it, you've wasted a fucking £1,000 and get nothing for it.
Yeah.
And like, there was a company that rung me, and basically they sold me some fucking ghost name, and it was like, if anybody puts windows and doors in where you lived at the time in Cannock, it'll redirect the link straight to your website. It was only about fucking £300, and I was like, okay, so I paid this £300. Where's this link?
Yeah.
Got absolutely fuck all. And this girl gave me all the spiel on the phone. Oh, well, you can get me anytime and blah, blah, blah. And this and the other. And then I tried to ring. You couldn't get anybody to fucking answer.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I took that on the chin. Then 12 months after, they fucking took the payment again at the bank.
No way.
It's like a yearly fee. Then I managed to get hold of the director. And I was like, seriously, I'll fucking come to your office, mate. I don't care if you're in Scotland or not.
Yeah.
And I'll wait for you to come out there and I'll take the 300 quid out your chin.
Yeah.
Like, I was fucked off at this point because I ain't got the money to lose at the time.
Yeah, because you're spending everything you're making.
Basically, I was thinking, who's the think they are fucking mugging me off for 300 quid? But I found out after what they was doing is they was just circling Checkatrade at the time and finding new companies that was going on there and then just ringing them up and promising them the weld.
Yeah.
Well, to get working, you're like, well, if I've got that, it's going to give me the edge on this.
Yeah.
I don't know any difference at the time. I mean, a lot of what I'm saying now will make sense a bit later because it'll all come together. But yeah, I just got mugged off.
Yeah.
And this is what it says, through failure and harsh lessons is where you learn the most.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I got to a stage where I was living a fucking high life and I was on the piss with my mates and this, that and the other. And
how many years into running the company are we now? Because we were 3 or 4.
Probably about 3, 4 years.
3, 4 years.
But I was living this fucking high life.
Yeah.
I was in my 30s.
You're seeing money you've never seen before.
Yeah.
That's why.
Don't forget, like, I grew up in a council estate.
Yeah,
People used to knock
yeah.
the door and say, can you lend me fucking half a bag of sugar till I can get my gyro?
Yeah.
Now I'm walking around with $3,000 in my pocket. Do you know what I mean? The police pulled me once on the way from a job.
Yeah.
In a brand new BMW with a Rolex on and $10,000 in my pocket. And I said to him, and 2 mobile phones. And I said, I promise you now, this ain't how it fucking looks. And he went, can't wait to hear this story. And I was like, luckily I'd got the contract.
Yeah.
And I said, look, it's a deposit off a customer. I said, they're having like this fucking aluminium job, but it's 35 grand and he's giving me 10 grand in cash.
Yeah.
Why have you got 2 phones? I said, if you ring the landline number, that mobile will ring. So we fucking rung it. And this mobile's, and I said, I promise you.
Yeah.
And obviously he did all the checks and he went, I've got to be honest, mate. He says, I thought we'd got you fucking banked here. And I went, honestly, everything ain't always as it looks.
Yeah.
And obviously it was genuine. So, but like I says, I was just going on the piss with my mates and fucking holidays and whatever. And I was just wasting money. And I kind of fell out of love with the business. So I just thought, fuck it. Because I thought I was bigger than what I was.
Yeah. You get ahead of yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like, people will ring me and this. People was ringing me.
Yeah.
I'll come and have a look tomorrow. Did a fuck.
The complacency kicks in.
Yeah.
So your mind thinks you've made it.
Yeah.
Get comfortable, enjoy parts of life which you probably shouldn't overindulge in.
Basically.
And then
all day know that most businesses fail in the first 5 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know that.
Complacency is a killer.
Till later.
Yeah.
And then it was the name as well. So I met my missus that I'm with now, and she basically fucking kicked me into shape.
Yeah.
And I mentioned the name, and she was like, "You need to fucking rebrand it," because she's quite like, she's really clever.
She's clued on.
She fucking switched on like you wouldn't believe. And I was just a fucking rebel out of control at that time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I won't act like a fucking business owner for one. And then she made me accountable for myself. She was like, if you're selling customers, you come in tomorrow, you fucking turn up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Don't just rock up half-arse, there's fucking bed.
Yeah.
And we changed the name, and with the help and support from her at the time, it started to fucking proper build and get like a proper reputation.
Is that the name that you got now?
No, so I changed the name off that. This is all pre-COVID, this is.
Yeah.
And it started to fly and started employing people.
Did you get back into a routine where you were like not going out all the time and not overspending? And was that through meeting her?
Yes, it's basically, I think that is one of the successes to a business.
Yeah.
Is having a fucking decent woman at your side as well.
Yeah, finding someone that can give you the direction that you need and basically tell you to shut up. Or
they keep you on the straight and narrow and keep your mind focused, you know what I mean? Like, I know mine does.
Yeah.
Because if you've got the kind of woman at your side where the morning that you're spending them kind of hours at the house, then you like, well, fuck it then.
Yeah.
I'll sit home and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Mine don't like the fact I come back to 8 o'clock sometimes, but I understand it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's for a bigger goal.
Exactly.
That's great. That's amazing.
But you have to be prepared to fuck it, especially when you got kids as well.
What do you think would have happened if she didn't come into your life at that time? Do you think that it would have been different? You would have continued down that rabbit hole of complacency, or you might have been able to drag yourself back up?
Nah, I'd have fucked. But I mean, without turning this podcast into a counselling session, I would have fucking died.
Yeah.
I would have been dead. I promise you.
Yeah.
Like, the business, I would have just, I'd have fucking fucked it off.
Would have been a different situation. Yeah. Okay.
Well, totally different.
So she came in. You're now operating like a proper business.
Yeah.
You're investing.
Starting to fucking
the
employ
name,
people, change the name,
Like,
rebrand, get the van sign rate.
Yeah.
COVID.
So run me through. So at this time, we've got a new name, we've branded. You're running like you've never run it before. We've got employees.
So we changed the name the start of 2020.
Fuck.
And then COVID hit March.
Run me through that whole. Run me through what was going on in your mind during that time.
Well, I was a bit like, at the time, I was thinking, fucking great, we'll have a couple of months off.
Yeah.
Because she was pregnant at the time.
Right.
So she was a bit like, well, he can help me at home. Because nobody can go anywhere. So I was thinking, fucking, this is life. And to be fair, fuck it, I spent most of the time there was nothing else to do. So I just sat there drinking most of the time. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then when we had the break back, when everybody went back to work, I got told by my accountants at the time, don't worry, pay the staff, this and the other, we'll claim it back, this and the other, we'll sort everything out. Fucking turn his phone off.
No way.
Honestly. So, and I'm at a stage now where we've already paid some of the deposits out to buy the materials in, like pre-ordered stuff, like composite doors and that.
Yeah.
And then couldn't get nothing, so I was like, we ain't got no fucking cash flow at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what we're going to do. So, obviously, we was getting payment breaks with like houses and stuff like that, but I was like, I don't really know what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, she was still working at the time, so we lived off her wages, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, she kept us afloat.
You can't really do anything in that situation, though. Like, there's nothing you can do.
The business was flat on its arse.
Yeah.
Like, I'd run out of money, really.
Yeah.
So she kept us afloat.
Wow.
She bought all the food shopping and everything like that, and paid the bills and everything else. So she kept the business alive, really, because it would have fucking died there and then with COVID.
Because you'd have had no other choice than to bed it off.
To close it.
So then we're going through COVID. As it starts to kind of open up again, are you starting to do jobs again?
So the problem we had with COVID was the government was saying that we could isolate at work, so we could work separately, 2 meters apart. But the problem we had is none of the manufacturers could. So the manufacturers was closed, but we were still classed as people that could get to work. So we couldn't claim fuck all.
Right.
And then obviously the lockdown finished. We went back to work. Then my son was born. So obviously I had a couple of weeks off for that.
Yeah.
And then I went back to work for 2 weeks, and then the fucking second lockdown come.
Shit.
So straight back into fucking lockdown again.
How long was the second lockdown again?
I can't even remember at this point. But it was another couple of months.
Shit. So if we still the labourers can't do anything either, so I guess they're staying, which is good.
I was loving it because it was all self-employed, so they was all getting fucking
fallow
3 and 4 grand back from the tax office.
Yeah.
Company directors
nothing
could only claim your wages.
It was,
and any company director out there knows that 12 and a half grand. You could only claim 80%.
Yeah.
Which is what, fucking £190 a week. What was I supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
With a newborn and a missus.
Yeah.
That was heading on to maternity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Screwed.
Like, as a director, it was a fucking shit time.
Yeah.
Normally, it's a great time being a director.
Yeah, no.
But COVID was fucking.
Where did you go from there then? So, second lockdown's done.
So, I think it lasted till we went into. That was it. We went into 2021. And I was determined to try and fucking drag it out this hole that it was in. Companies like yourself started to pop up.
Yeah.
Saying, because you never really did Facebook advertising pre-COVID.
No, it wasn't really a thing.
No, it was either your website, fucking Yellow Pages, or Checker Trade, or do you know what I mean? Yeah. It was all stuff like that.
Were you doing anything you were dabbling in Checker Trade, a little bit of the website, and then referrals mainly?
But even that, fucking Checker Trades, I don't even know, fucking. I probably shouldn't say it really because it probably get done for slander, but like, it's for me. I was trying to say that it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't have.
It was just good to put on your van that you was with Checker Trade.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It was more of it's a sign that like this is a reputable company,
etc.
Yeah.
So for me personally, I'm not saying it's everybody's experience, but for me, it just turned where I could just use the name on the van. That was it.
Yeah.
So it was word of mouth and stuff like that.
Would you say that was like at that time, like 95% of the work that was coming in was?
Yeah, like I say, you never really did Facebook advertising.
No.
And then the companies like yourself started to set up, and I kept seeing this one company, and they kept coming out with all these figures.
Yeah.
And it was figures I'd always fucking dreamed of.
Yeah.
And I'd give it a shot. But the problem was I ain't got the cash flow to fund it. The work was coming in, but until we fitted it, the money wasn't coming in.
Yeah, so you're in this catch.
So we were spending all the money advertising.
Yeah.
But until we was fitting it, then I was playing a game of catch up anyway, because I'd already spent the money. So as quick as it was coming in, I was putting it back plus spending it again. And to be fair, at the time, not because it was them. I think it's just because of the time it was as well.
Amazing.
Everybody was fucking getting money back from the government, and people was having like garden rooms built, and the conservatories done, and spending money on the house that they normally wouldn't. So 2021 was probably one of the best fucking years ever that you'll never, ever, ever see ever again.
The trades they talk about all the time, and it was just an amazing period because everyone's sitting there on their ass doing nothing. Like everyone was just basically drinking in their house, right?
Yeah.
Getting this money coming in every month that they couldn't really do anything with. And then when it ended and you can get, let's have our kitchen done. Let's have our bathroom.
Do you know what I mean? I went from a 3-week wait list to fucking 6 months.
Manic.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, I need to employ people.
Yeah.
But the problem was, I got carried away with, I sold all these fucking jobs.
Yeah.
But everybody else was rammed at the same time. I couldn't get nobody into fitting. And then it started to become like this fucking slog. I was having people ring me up fucking abusive down the phone. I fucking waited 5 months and you're still telling me that the fucking door's delayed and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, Brexit's just fucking happened. Them telling us that they can't get the doors in the country because they haven't got the right paperwork because now we ain't in Europe and all these bollocks. I know it's bullshit, mate, but I can only pass the fucking message on.
Do you think you took on... So it was a golden period to get work. So loads of people were looking for it. Do you think and you're also in this catch-22 where cash flow is tight because you actually can only afford the marketing upon other expenses once it's fitted. Do you think at that period of time you took on too much work?
Yeah. If I'd have been smart at the time, if I'd have turned the advertising on for a month, dragged it in for like 2 months, and I'd have stayed on the tools and fitted it probably would have worked perfect. But I was too busy playing fucking I'm the CEO of my own world. And I was letting other people do the fitting. And obviously the reputation started to fucking go downhill. And it was just all one managing it. I don't care whether the job's fucking being fitted or not because the money was starting to come back in.
Yeah.
So I started living this fucking all life. And to be honest, it's all come crashing down like an escort.
Yeah, but that's what happens, isn't it? Because it's scaling a trades business like you've done and you're still doing right now very well. Is that game of balance between capacity, but also making sure you're taking on enough jobs to be able to do, and you've got that wait list to play with. But it's when you over leverage yourself in that wait list that things just go to absolute shit. Yeah. So I guess what was your main kind of learn? Because you say yourself, you're saying a lot. It's a great mindset. Is thinking that like failures are just lessons. What do you think? During that period when you took on too much work, what do you think the lesson within that was like that you took on into
it drove me into the ground.
Yeah.
It mentally drove me into the ground because you've got like a bunch of customers that are fucking kicking off. The money's going out faster than it's coming in. I was fucking spending it quicker than I could earn it.
Yeah.
I took too much work on. I don't know how to manage that much workload. I couldn't get the staff in. And I was still trying to manage everything. And then I wasn't sleeping and worries and this, that and the other. And even though it was one of the best years, it was for people that was already set up with a team around them. I was still in the stage of trying to build a business.
Yeah.
So instead of being smart at the beginning, because I'd never had any business advice. I don't do business studies or fuck all. I don't know how to manage a business.
Yeah. You've just done it as you've gone.
Basically, I learnt as I went along. And it was just unmanageable.
What do you think you were missing that made it unmanageable?
Just the experience.
Yeah.
The problem with it was growing 5 times faster than I could keep up with it.
Right.
Is the problem.
So you started to miss things.
Yeah. Instead of putting the brakes on and saying, I've got enough workload, and then carry it on down to just fucking... I left the floodgates open and just keep coming in.
Do you think now...
And made promises I couldn't keep.
Yeah. Do you think now you've obviously you're much further than you were back then, and you've built that foundation now. Do you think now you've got a better understanding of when that limit is, where that capacity is, and where to let it sit and stop?
I learned a lot from that, because it come fucking crashing down to the point where, if call it what you like, fucking breakdown if you like. And I just couldn't do it. I was just like, I need to close it.
Too much pressure. Build. All comes falling down. You're like, whoa.
And it was just, but basically, it was just like a fucking pot. With no escape. At some point, it blows. And I just hit this wall. Fucking had like a breakdown, or whatever you want to call it. And then for my own sanity, the advice from my missus was, and other people was like, let's
chill.
We need to close it. Just fucking shut it.
And how long after? So COVID started, you started taking on a shitload of jobs. Yes. What was the time difference between starting to take on too many jobs and then it all come crashing down?
Fucking 8 months.
Quick.
Started, obviously the start of 2021, February, March. And then by October, it was fucking very shut. We shut it at Christmas.
If you could go back now, start of 2021, what would you have done differently with what you know now?
Stayed on the tools.
Yeah.
That was the start of the downfall.
Is when you came off the tools. Was it because you came off too quickly?
Yeah.
Right.
Because nobody cares about your business as much as you do.
Right.
Which is the problem. So, as much as you think the lads have got your best interests, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care whether your business fucking fails or not. As long as they get paid, they ain't bothered. But I had people in that weren't doing the jobs right. They ain't fucking cared about the feedback. They ain't cared about the reputation. And I was...
So you had this...
In my mind, I was bigger than what I was. And
So you had this thought process that was like, well, I can just hire people and expect them to do the same job that you were going to do.
I just got lazy. Anytime a job come up I needed to do, I put something in place to do it. So I got to a stage where I needed a surveyor, so I found somebody to do the surveying. Then I couldn't be asked for the selling, so I bought a sales rep. And then he was selling jobs that we couldn't fit. And then all this is all based on one fitting team. And then trying to get another fitting team in, like I said, everybody was rammed at the same time. So you couldn't get nobody.
It was just this pressure cooker.
I was offering people fucking £1,500 a week in a van.
And
still couldn't get nobody in at the time.
Wow.
So instead of stopping the advertising and saying, look, we've got like 4 months work, and turning it back on in a couple of months' time, I don't. So just let it carry on.
Kept going.
Yeah.
Right. So how long off did you take in between that business?
So all that come crashing down. I just needed to work on my own fucking frame of mind. And like myself a little bit. Because I'd lost myself as a person, for one.
Were you just consumed by...
I was in no fit state to fucking run a business. And if you want the truth, I was a bit scared running a business again. And then I had probably about a year out. I went and helped somebody out there I know. Got a job with him. And after about 6 months, I was starting to feel, how the fuck have I gone from owning my own business, employing people, to fucking working for him?
You've got that itch again, just in the back of your head.
So I did, and then I was talking to some people that I know, and they were saying to me, leave it. Just put it out your fucking mind.
Don't do it.
Just have some time to yourself. And I was like, you're right. And, so this went on for a little bit. And then I randomly started to get a pain in my leg. And I thought nothing of it. I just thought I've just pulled this a little bit at work. And this went on for a couple of months. And it got worse and it got worse and it got worse. And we went away somewhere at Christmas. And I was in some fucking ridiculous pain with it. And then January come. And it was literally fucking bringing me to tears. And the missus was like, if it's that bad, you need to get to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. Sat there and the doctors was like, making phone calls at like fucking 2 a.m. And I was like, what's going on? They was like, we're waiting for the surgeon to phone us back. I was like, what do you mean? They was like, you've crushed your fucking vertebrae.
No way.
And I was like, what? They was like, yeah, we need to operate. And I was like, so I texted the missus. I was like, they're saying that they're going to fucking keep me in. So anyway, They kept me in overnight. This doctor looked at him and was like, yeah, it does need surgery. So they kept me in for about 9 days while they was waiting for the bed. And then basically just randomly fucking turned around and went, yeah, it does need surgery, but we ain't got a bed, so we can't do it yet. So you need to go on. Now, at the time, it was January, about, when was it? 2 years ago, something like that.
23 or 22? Probably 22, right?
No, 23.
23.
January 23. And I spent my birthday in there. And I had a couple of days where I literally fucking sat there and cried.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can't even afford to be off work.
Yeah.
Because how the fuck am I going to pay the rent? If I spend a week in here and lose a week's money,
you're not going to be able to pay rent.
What we're going to do? So I need to get at the hospital. And I had that same little click that happened on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I've got a missus and I've got a kid. She's fucking already picked the pieces up once. I can't let her fucking do it again.
Yeah.
And some of the inside just, I don't know, I've just ignored it.
Came alive.
And I just thought, I think it's fucking time, you know.
Yeah. And it's like you've got all the experience now because you work for other people. You've been asking, when you've been working with other businesses, you've been asking what makes this company stick out. You've been downloading this information. You started your own company. You've kind of had that experience of building it up. You understand the nuances and red flags to look out for and things that you might have missed previously.
Yeah.
And it's like you've got everything together. All the experiences kind of come into place and you're ready to start afresh.
But don't forget, after that, when I closed the last business down, to me, it was like my fucking dream had been shattered.
Yeah.
Because it's all I wanted ever since I was a kid, and it was gone. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how have I got to this stage, and more of this and more of that? And then obviously, like when I was in the hospital, something changed, and I was like, okay, that little fucking itch come back.
It's redemption time. That's it.
And then I come out in the January, but I'd been managing. We were prior to that with like no medication and nothing.
Wow.
And there was like, basically your disc is not only crushing the nerve from the side, it's pressing down at the top.
Right.
Which is, it's not unheard of, but it ain't common. Like a lot of people will have a disc pressing on a nerve, and this was like fucking next level. Mm-hmm. So my foot was numb all the way up to my leg here.
Shit.
And I was still trying to work. So obviously, when I come out the hospital, I was trying to manage the best I could with fucking like the medication and stuff like that. And I was like, it's time to fucking start a business.
Restart.
Again. And then I think it was the missus's mate has got a job. I mean, she's really fucking high up in the company, and she knew some people that I spoke to that could help with funding and this and the other if you want to set a business up, or help you with like strategies and stuff like this. So I spoke to somebody, and they mentioned that you could get like this business loan. So I was like, okay, I'll apply for this business loan. And it was like, you need to write a business plan and a forecast. And well, I'd never done nothing like this before.
It's completely
Because I was a bit like, what the fuck do I need a business plan for? Oh, I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you just do the same as before.
I'll just do the same as before.
Yeah.
And then the missus was like, so what's your next step? And I was like, I can't explain what the next step is. I just know there's a next step and I know how to do it.
Yeah.
I can't articulate.
I can't write it down.
Fuck that's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, if you say, write it down what you're going to do next week, I don't know.
It's just the next thing.
It's just, but I know it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking sat there for a solid 2 days. I got dead excited. I was awake half the night, and I fucking did all this business plan and this and the other. And they told me it was accepted and all this.
No way.
And I think it was only about 25 grand.
Yeah.
Something like that.
As a starter, though, that's like winner.
I was fucking burst into tears. I was like, I've done it, I've accepted it, and this. And the missus was like, I'm really proud of you, like, fucking fair play. Because I know it's a big thing.
Yeah.
For you to sit there and write a business plan is massive for you.
Big thing for you.
Some people are fucking jot it out in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really do computers and stuff. Like, I'm more physical with fucking building stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like this massive achievement for me. It was harder than speaking Spanish. So, yeah, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of days, there was like, no, you've just got through to the next stage. And I'm like, what do you mean the fucking next stage? Like, It's the X Factor, mate. It's an audition. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, they come back and said no.
Oh, no way.
And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Shit.
So I literally sat there and I was like, I think I had like the night where I was just a bit fucking down, I think. And it was a bit like this fucking dream had been took away again.
Yeah.
And I was just thought, I'm just going to have to just keep going back to work. Because I'd already had to borrow a week's money to help pay the rent for the week I was in hospital. So I was trying to work Saturdays to pay that back.
Because you can
obviously I ain't got the money. And then I thought, right, the first step I can do, I'll reach out to the marketing team that I'd used
previously
in 2021.
Yeah.
And say to them, look, I've had some time out and blah, blah, blah. Can you help me out with some advertising? Basically, I can't fucking pay you. But if you can run me some ads till the end of the month and I can sell some jobs, I'll sort you the money out.
Yeah.
I thought, I've never not paid you before. There's no reason not to. So the one kid come back and was like, yeah, I can't really fucking do that. But as a goodwill gesture, we'll do it for half the price. So I was like, okay. So I was like, I kind of looked at myself and was like, right, Gaz, you either bet on yourself now or you fucking don't.
Yeah.
And you did used to like to gamble, so this little voice in my mind just went, fuck it.
Send it.
And the Christmas speech played out in my mind, fuck it, I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah.
And I used the rent money.
No way.
And I thought, you've got 4 weeks to put it back.
Yeah.
And then this little voice in my mind was like, what happens in 4 weeks if you ain't put it back? And I was like, shut the fuck up. We'll focus on that when it comes. But I don't know. It all felt different. And I found out after the cheeky fuckery, they was doing half price advertising anyway. So they didn't really do me any fucking favours. But I knew I just needed one job.
Yeah.
I thought if I can get one job, it'll give me enough money to pay for another month.
Yeah.
And put the rent money back.
Yeah, exactly.
2 weeks went by. These ads were starting to run and I was thinking, still nothing's come. 3 weeks went by and I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? And then all of a sudden one night the phone rang and this bloke was like, oh, can you come and give me a price? And I was like, yeah.
Hell yeah, I can.
And I went down there the day after and I was like, yeah, we can do it. It's going to cost this, that and the other. And inside, all this fucking nightmare of what have just happened with COVID and the business fucking failing and this, that and the other. And I had this bit of a panic and I was sweating. I was in this fucking living room and I was like, yeah, we'll do it. I'd already had some contracts done because it was only like fucking 30 quid. So the missus helped me put the name together and a logo and stuff like that. And I'd sorted some contracts out. So obviously, we'd sorted this out. I says, but we'll take 30% deposit and then obviously like you pay the rest when it's done. Yeah, no problem. Same as everybody else. So I used the 30% deposit to put the rent money back. And then I was like, right, I can use the rest to get the materials to sort it out. So I paid the rent, used the other half then to buy enough of the materials. And then I spoke to one of the suppliers I used to use and I was like, oh, can I sort you out for the tiles and that once I've done the job? Yeah, fucking hell, probs, guys. And I'll see you back and all this sound. So I went and hired a van because obviously I don't want to use the bloke's van that I was working for. Therefore, I won't take the piece. So I hired a van and I went and did it on the weekend with the lad that I was working with at that place. He come and helped me. And I made about fucking $4,000 on it by the time it was finished.
Wow.
So obviously I paid for some more advertising and I did the same again.
Just keep reinvesting.
Started to fucking chuck it back in.
Yeah.
And then another job come in and another job come in. And then it slowly started to go like that. And then I was like, and when I found out that they hadn't actually helped me, I thought, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah.
You could have just said, we're doing half price anyway. I'd rather you been honest with me.
Yeah.
So you know what, fuck off. And I found this other kid and it was fucking half the money again. Yeah. Well, that's even cheaper.
It did really well for the start as well, right?
Yeah. So I fucking drank like a shitload of leads.
Yeah,
and then I slowly started doing a couple of jobs. It was a bit of a panic to start with because it was a bit like, what if it fails? What if this? What if? And I was panicking about stuff. Because
you're going from a lead source that you knew was, going from a lead source that you knew was reliable to a completely different one. And especially so is it fair to say at this point, you're kind of on your feet? It's like you're in a position...
this is literally like, I come out of hospital.
Yeah.
This is like the end of Feb.
Right, okay.
So this is like within 4 weeks. Instead of paying their second fee,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck off.
Go
and I
find
went
another
to
one.
somebody else in the March.
Yeah.
So I'm only like 6 weeks back in here.
Fuck.
And I'm still fucking panicking.
You're living on the edge.
Mate, I ain't got a van at this point.
Yeah.
I'm still ordering the van as and when I need it.
So we've used the marketing company half price, which wasn't half price.
Got 3 jobs off that.
You got 3 jobs off that.
Which started the ball.
Got a little bit of cash flow. But then you're like, fuck these guys. I'm going to move on to a different company. You just started with this guy. What happened from there?
Because they wanted to put the fee back up, and I was like, you could have just been honest at the beginning and said we're doing half price anyway.
Yeah.
But you've tried to make out that you've done me a favour, and I don't like that. So I thought, fuck you.
Yeah.
So I went and found somebody else, which was even cheaper than what their half price fee was.
It goes back to what you were saying, though. It's really important in business that you operate with honesty throughout the whole thing, because you get in situations like this where it bites you in the arse.
Exactly.
Okay, so you found another marketing company.
Found this other kid. Lead slowly starts to come in. I went and bought a van, and then I sat down with myself and I was like, right, we ain't going to fucking start splashing out on fucking luxury lifestyles and this, that and the other. Run it properly and stick to your fucking word. Keep your word as like your bond. If you tell a customer that you come in at this time and this, that and the other, you fucking do it.
Yeah.
And be honest with your missus where you're at. If you're struggling for money or something to get on top of you, just say, look, this ain't going quite the way I thought it was, or whatever. Don't fucking keep it all to yourself and let it build on your shoulders. So I made this little promise to myself, and she never said it, but I can imagine she was a fucking bag of nerves.
Yeah.
Thinking he's gone back out there into the big fucking well that he's just had all come crashing down on him. I don't know, I think there was a bit of fucking pride there at the same time.
Of course.
I don't know. So yeah, I started using this other marketing company, and he started bringing some leads in. And it was great at the beginning. We was slowly starting to do work, and I'd filled about 3 weeks worth of work up. So I'd said to the bloke that I was working for, look, I'm going to go and start my own thing again.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, I know you can do it. You've done it in the past and blah, blah, blah. So if that's what you want to do. He was a bit arsey about it, but I just thought, look.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I can't be in a position in my fucking 30s with a family where I can't even pay the rent.
Yeah.
Do you know
too
what
risky.
I mean? Like,
yeah, you can't take risks.
Who in
like
the
that.
30s can't fucking keep a roof over the kids' head? I've
Exactly.
just thought, nah, I can't fucking do this. As a bloke, as a dad, as a partner, do you know
Everything.
what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, no, I'd got more fucking determination than anything.
Yeah.
And I thought, you've started one business from scratch. You've got all the knowledge of what to do and what not to do, where to put your money, where not to put it. So, and it went from there. And I employed this kid, and we started knocking jobs out. And then I took this other bloke on because I was getting busier.
Yep.
And then I was having to like try and do a job, run about on a night, fucking quote one, survey another. And
is that how you knew where you needed? So, because I think this is a common, not misconception, but common in terms of maybe a lack of understanding of when to employ, when a good time. Is it for you? When did you know that like we need another employee or I need an employee? Like at what point in the whole thing does it make sense?
The best way to look at it is look at what costs you what. So if you're spending time where you're fitting the job all day and then you're losing a couple of hours on a night away from your family, your kids or whatever it might be, if you can put something in place so that job carries on and you can still pay yourself a little bit of a wage out of it and not sacrifice as much time, me personally, I think it's worth then looking to take somebody on.
Okay.
So then I'd got enough work for they could start the job. So I could book the job in. So instead of me and a labourer doing it over 4 days, I thought if I take someone on, we can do it in 3 days. But if I need to leave half a day to go and survey a job or sell one, I ain't wasting my evenings now because I'm doing it within the day. So to me, it made sense to take another person on.
Yeah, it's like managing your own capacity.
Yeah.
You've only got a set number of hours within a day. If by taking someone on, you can do more work to make more money and have someone else fill that gap, then it makes sense, it justifies it.
Well, exactly. If you can take somebody on and do a job in less amount of time, I mean, I don't, for other industries, like bathrooms and stuff, I don't know how long stuff like that takes, but for me, some of the routes we was on was taking 4 days.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, if I employ somebody and they do it, another person, and they do it in 3 days, and I'm not wasting my evenings fucking driving around quoting, it's, to me, it makes sense at this point. And the money's, I've got enough profits in the job to be able to pay another wage.
And you've got enough cash in the bank to be able to do it. If anything goes to shit, you're okay.
So from starting back in the February until the end of May, June, 3-4 months, I'd already put 10 or 15 grand back in the bank because I was too scared to fucking spend anything, because I was like, what if the money runs out? Like, I'd already got tools and stuff. Now, I bought some fresh tools, but I tried to keep hold as much money as I could. Because I was like, if disaster strikes, fucking COVID comes back, there's enough money. Do you know what I mean? So it was like trying to prepare. You
had that lived experience now that you're operating.
So it was always trying to prepare for the worst and put this safety net in place. So I was a bit scared of fucking spending money at that point.
Question I've got for you. Obviously, you've got experience with employees now. Like, you're at a point where you've ran teams, you know how to deal with employees, work with employees. What's it like trying to keep an employee? How do you go about, when you found a team member that's doing really well?
It's the fucking hardest part about any business is employing people. Because people are fucking arseholes. They've all got an opinion on how to do it, but none of them want to go and start their own. And I've told people straight, don't fucking come into my business and criticise me for how I run mine.
How have you been able to find the right people and keep the right people?
Some's been luck, and some's been like, be open to be taught by other people. So when I had the previous business, my ego was nobody knows more than me. That's why you lot work here.
Almost looking down on employees.
Basically, Whereas now I'm totally different, because I learned about myself in the time I took off.
It's collaboration now.
And got rid of my fucking ego and my pride. So it was, like I say, I'll look back at that failure now. It was the best thing. At the time, it was the worst thing in the world, but it was the best thing that ever happened, because it's put me in the position I am, and I've got the business that I've got now off the back of it. But when it comes to employing people, I got quite lucky with one of my staff members. Like, he's been fucking absolutely brilliant. And he has been a massive help and played a massive part in making the business what it is, because he protects my reputation the same way I do. So when he's at a customer's house, he represents me the same way as I represent myself. And now I used to represent other companies. Like, he's always polite and he explains stuff. And
do you think that's come through being able to be collaborative with team members, and maybe that shift in your mindset in terms of, like, instead of trying to maybe direct people around as if you are a boss, maybe from what you've experienced when you first started, you're actually looking at more of as a collaboration?
I've learned between the two businesses, there's a difference between being a boss and a leader.
What's the difference for you?
In my previous business, I used to act like a boss and tell people what to do. Whereas now I don't. I try and lead people the right way of, this is how we want to do it. And I always say to them, even sometimes I'll look at something and think, well, I know that we're going to do it like this, but I'll still say, right, how would you go about it? Well, we could always do this. And sometimes I think, oh, actually,
good way of doing it.
Yeah, we could do, let's do it like that. But sometimes I'm like, but I'll speak to them like on a level. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think they actually look at me like I'm a fucking boss. And I don't try and be a boss to them now.
And you see,
I will be fucking firm, and I will speak my mind. And one of the hardest things I found about business is you need to get comfortable with fucking firing people. Like, it ain't personal. But now, any decision I make now is based on business. Whereas before, it was always, well, I can't sack him because he's my mate, or he's my brother, or... Do you know what I mean? It was always a reason of why I couldn't run it like a proper business.
Because there's emotion associated with it, and there's social maybe things that are going on, like they're friends with one of your other friends that's going to affect that. Whereas now it's more objective in terms of if it solves to making the business better, we do whatever decision that's gonna.
I mean, sometimes, like, I'll think, oh, they've worked hard this week, I'll chuck them extra fucking money in and stuff like that. But my missus will say, no, It's a fucking business. Don't get carried away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't fucking always like to admit it, but I'm like, you're actually right. It is.
Yeah.
And I can't get carried away with that again and fall back into the trap that I did before, because when that fell apart, everybody abandoned ships.
Yeah.
When the ship goes down.
No.
It's all right when they're having a free ride.
Yeah.
But when there's fucking smoke coming out the top,
no, everyone steps away. It's really interesting though, because it seems like every lived experience that you've had has brought you to a point where you're in a position to be able to build a business that is sustainable. You've got the foundation in place. I want to fast forward now to, I guess, today. Obviously, you're running a successful business now. And we've got a couple of teams on the road in the process of building a manufacturing unit. Looking at chasing,
we're fucking bigger than ever now.
Chasing
in 2 years,
chasing multiple 7 figures annually. What does that feel like on a day-to-day basis?
Honestly, it's a timeline. I've gone from fucking not being able to fucking pay the gas and electric in February to 2 years after. We're only in April. So
April.
2 years to fitting teams, factory units, manufacturing, fucking 100k plus months, brand new vans and staff, and the fucking missus being able to fucking live the life as God, and it's been a bit like a fucking fairy tale, to be honest, but it's only been off the back of the knowledge that I had from previous. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, and to be fair, obviously you guys have played a massive part in it, because you've done my marketing right.
Yeah.
Because all the other companies was doing my marketing, but I wasn't doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And that says a lot.
It was funny. I remember when we first spoke, because we spoke, I think it was 13, 14 months ago now. We've just over a year been working together. I remember when I was looking at your existing marketing, like, it was fine, it was good, it was okay. And I remember just being like, Gaz, just let us get our teeth in, and we're going to blow it up for you. Because I knew from the first conversation, like, it's so easy to tell when you speak with a business owner how ambitious they are. Like, so instantly, you can just tell straight away. And I could see in your head, because you were like, well, I've tried to run a video and it's working better than these guys, or something like that. But I knew you were that archetype of business that you really wanted to push. And obviously that for us, like, we want the big testimonials, we want the big numbers, and we want to do that for businesses. So instantly I could tell, which is great. And when you accepted, I think we sat down, your wife was in the background of the call as well for our first meeting, or she watched the video or something.
Yeah.
And I remember you said you wanted to go ahead, and that was such a good turning point, because I knew what we could do for you. So I guess from your perspective, where was the business at before we started working together? Like, in comparison to now? Because we know where we are now, but what was set up in the business before?
It was in the place you'd expect a business to be that's like 12 months old.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I was at work, I was employing 2 people, but I was still working a fucking lot of hours.
Yeah.
Like, I was still leaving early, because I only had the one van as well.
Yeah.
So even though I was dropping them off on one job, then I was going to do a call or something else, and then come back, pick them up, drop them off, then go and do another call, try and sell another job.
The busy business owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a fucking busy fool sometimes.
Yeah.
So, because the leads was a fucking time waste.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we was earning money, nothing fucking on the scale of what we are now.
Yeah. You're in that place where you're in that weird transition period where you've got a business, but you're working in the business. The business, you are the centerpiece of the business. And in order for the business to survive, if you left, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
That's where you were. It was like the centerpiece. But you were kind of well known in the area, which was good in terms of referrals were coming in as well. Like, that's what we look for. I guess walk me through the first couple months of working together. Like, what did that look like?
Well, to be fair, obviously, from the experience from the past, I was always wary of like marketing teams.
Yeah.
I thought they're fucking full of shit. They all claim they can do this, that, and the other. Don't fall into the same trap as you did before, guys. Don't let all this get carried away. Don't let too much come in. But up to this point, I'd only been getting enough leads just to fucking, don't get me wrong, like, we was busy.
You're doing
like,
well, yeah.
6, 7, 8, probably 8 weeks to push, but it was hard work because the leads was shit. And I just thought, I need to make a change, because all the nerves and everything had gone at this point now. And I was like, no, I'm actually ready now. I'm actually ready to fucking proper build a business the same way I could have done before, take COVID and everything out of it, and had a successful business. Like, I'm in that position to do it now. So I need somebody now that can help me scale it.
Yeah.
And the people I was with just they couldn't do what you've done. So
keep you afloat but not scale. That's the biggest difference.
Yeah. Like, I was busy, but it's only because I was putting the fucking effort in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I was fucking run ragged.
Yeah.
And but a bit of excitement. I was happy that I was back out on the road and I was fitting, and obviously I was earning money again, and I wasn't worried about fucking any bills, and that I could actually see money in the bank, and that's it. Yeah. Like, it was good from that point. But one of the things that helped me is I was like, I ain't gonna waste money where I did before in the last business, in like, you know, like fucking the companies where you can advertise on and like downwork and stuff without fucking name dropping.
The directories.
Yeah, without name dropping. I thought, if it's ain't free, I ain't fucking using it. So I'll stick with Google and stuff like that. Yeah. And every fucking job I did, I was like, can you leave us a review? I've had a new website and they've told me if I can get Google going, it'll work on its own. And yeah, of course we will. And I same again, went above and fucking beyond. Like, on my doors dropped, I'll sort that. Dowdy Doris. Can you just put my curtain rail up? If you stick the kettle on, I'll sort your curtain rail out for you. Don't worry. Yeah. And obviously the reviews started to reflect it. So the name was starting to fucking circulate and build. But I was like, I could do with a company now that knows how to fucking push it. Yeah. And get us proper decent leads so I can turn it into this proper brand. Yeah. So when I started looking at different marketing companies, it's the same as when you look for conservatories. It's a fucking minefield. And obviously, like, I kept seeing your videos coming up.
What were red flags that you see? Because it's more mental now than it was even back then. Like, when you're looking at all of these companies, and the same when a customer looks, as you said, for all these conservatory companies, like, what red flags were coming up for maybe other businesses that you were like, no.
It all seemed to be the same thing.
Yeah.
It was all young kids. And then you popped up and you was young, and I thought, they're all fucking university dropouts. They're all fucking took a 60-minute course now to fucking market his business. They're all full of shit.
Yeah.
And I think I always have a look on people's profiles. And I've seen that you and Tom had done some award ceremony or sponsored something.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought, well, they must be a bit decent if they've sponsored something like that. So is it worth looking to? And then I thought, you hadn't really said anything that was like off-putting. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, it comes across as a nice enough kid. So
give him a shot.
There's no fucking harm in asking. I ain't got to go with it. I mean, the interview I had with a team before you, my missus was the other side of the laptop, and it was literally like, if they go, what the fuck is he on about? I don't know how I slammed the laptop there. He fucking wound me up to the point. Really? I was like, if we was face to face, I think I'd have fucking slapped him. He pissed me off, and I thought, fuck off, mate, you ain't got a clue. Yeah. So I was already waiting for, I thought, because you was like, I'll send you a video in this.
Yeah, and you were like, all right, mate.
That's a bit better in a way, because if I'm going to get to watch a video,
you
never jump straight in with, we'll do this and we'll do that and we'll fucking upright this and we'll get you all this. Because I'd have just been like, mate, fuck off, same as everybody else.
Yeah.
So I sat there one night with like the pen, piece of paper, and started watching this fucking 30-minute video that you had sent me. And I had a question, I was like, right. And then within 2 minutes, you'd answered that question. I was like, okay, he's answered that.
Yeah.
Then there was someone else. And then I'd written about 10 things down I wanted to ask. But at the end of the video, you'd already answered them, and I thought, nah, can't be that fucking true.
Yeah.
There's going to be a catch here. This is going to cost a fucking fortune because there's just something just don't seem right. And then obviously we had a chat and we went through the figures in there, and I was like, you know what? I think that's reasonable for what you've offered. So I was already losing money at that point with the marketing team I was with. So I just thought, I ain't going to lose much more, really.
Yeah.
So I might as well, it's a bit extra, but fuck it, well, let's try it, because if they are true to the word, and I am a big believer in, like, we all start somewhere.
Yeah.
If I look to have a job done on my house, I had a fucking, somebody come and look at my grass the other day, 'cause fucking, I'm sick of the weeds and it's driving me mad.
Yeah.
And I always look for people that have got, like, a few less reviews, but decent.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, you might have just started out.
Yeah.
I'll fucking be one of your customers.
Maybe the future.
I'll help you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Try and avoid some of the big fucking companies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've had your time. You can put the money where the marketing is. I'd rather try and help smaller people. And obviously, like, we had a chat on that, and everything fucking, it just seemed good. And obviously, we started. Had a chat with Tom and whatever. And I don't know, mate. Just something from the off, I just thought these pair know what they're on about. Because it reminded me of a company I'd worked for in the past. I used to think it was them being really good, but I think it was more the fact it was 2021 out as well. So they caught it, it's a good year. But the way you went about your system and stuff, I was like, these pair are onto something.
Yeah.
That, because I'd already spoke to 3 or 4 different people before you, and nobody had even mentioned anything that you had. Yeah. And I thought, these are already in front of them. And these are going to try and play catch up.
That's exactly what you said when we started. You were like, "Use guys are that company in 21, because they've since closed now. They don't actually operate anymore." But you were like, you remind me of them back in 21, because they were essentially the face of the marketing space in the trades industry. And when you gave us a go, you were like, "I've got that same feeling," and that was that was the start of the relationship. And then obviously, as we've gone over time, we've done pretty well.
Oh man, we fucking smashed it. Honestly, if you'd have told me we'd have been sat here, with the figures that we've done, I'd have been like, nah, fucking, now you have took the piece. Yeah, but mate, go you've you and Tom with the business that you've built as well. I mean, we're on a podcast. Do you know what I mean? Like it's. I can't really explain how good it's actually been. Yeah. To get the working relationship that we have. Like, I want you to do just as fucking well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you've played a massive part in the customers that we've had. Yeah. Obviously the leads have been there. The quality of the leads have been there. I mean, some of our customers now are fucking brilliant. You know?
Yeah. And that's what we want to do, is collaboration, right? The beautiful thing about this service, it has to be that. It has to be a partnership. Like, you have to be able to work. We have to be able to work with each other to make it work for you, if that makes sense. Because if you're really easy to work with, we'll go that extra mile. We'll push that forward. We'll introduce this thing that scales you upwards. And I think that's why it's worked so well with yourself, because it's just very easy to work with you, and I'm so glad that we've actually been able to get as far as we are.
We're all just as passionate about it, do you know what I mean?
Oh, massively.
Because if I've got an issue with something, it's the other day, somebody commented on my ad. What? If it was me and I saw somebody's ad, I wouldn't even comment. I just think it's a fucking glitch. But you always get a fucking, a Kevin or a Karen, don't you? Yeah. His name Kevin, ain't he? I thought he had. And this bloke's put a comment on one of the posts and says, "Why are we having to pay in dollars?" And I sat at home and I was like,
"Oh my God."
Obviously, there's a glitch on Facebook. Yeah. And it changed the title from pound to dollars. Yeah. You don't have to pay in dollars. Yeah. Like, I ain't going to accept fucking dollars. Yeah. So, but I screenshot it. It's about 8 o'clock. I've put it in the group. Tom, can you have a look at this? 10 minutes after, yeah, mate, I've sorted it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Not fuck off, I ain't working now. You have to wait till tomorrow.
It's those small things, though, isn't it? And it's the same with your business. When you were working for those other companies, you're asking those questions, and you're talking about what the guy was wearing on his shoes, and those small details that make such a big difference. Yeah. And I feel like that's why you've been so successful with your business now, is because you've had all these learned experiences. Like, you're able to be in that position, which it's great. Well, we've obviously been tracking your sales over the last 30 months. I think we've been working with together. And you've recently, within reason, crossed 1 million in track sales. Now, me and the team were sitting down and thinking of ways that we can actually kind of celebrate this properly. So we've actually got a little present for you.
Oh, nice.
We do. So, Mr. Behind the Scenes, thank you very much. So, this is for you, and it is to celebrate crossing 1 million in sales. I'm going to pass it over, and you can have a little look. It's really heavy.
What the fuck?
Actually, don't drop it, because this was a mission.
Well, I'm going to put that.
Yeah, move that away.
No way. My eyes.
And at the bottom, it says, obviously, your company's name and everything. But remember, that is the 1 million milestone. You're the first person to receive this trophy. So you're the first one to have it.
Man, that's fucking brilliant. I'm well impressed with that. That is so fucking heavy.
It's class, isn't it? So that's yours. You can stick it in your office.
I'm going to stick it in the new office.
Yeah.
And hide it when the customers come in.
It's you're just going to have to make sure you polish it every time you touch it, which is just...
Nobody will touch that actually on the show. But it's actually 1.12 million.
I know.
I haven't fully filled the system out.
Yeah.
There's a lot on there that's come off the back of
outside of it,
the advertising, but it's still because of I've saw the advertising. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's it. That's the effect it has on the business.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely your award. We put you in front of people, and you're able to get it across the line. And 1 million's not a bad. I know we want more. We always want more, but 1 million in 13 months, and I know it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, but
it's amazing.
When you break it down, my last business was 5-6 years old.
Yeah.
I don't think it took £1 million in 6 years.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
Yeah.
Because the marketing is obviously different. Because I don't spend money anywhere else advertising.
Yeah. You don't need to, and that's the thing.
No.
I think that it's really hard to explain. You have to live it, because when I speak with companies and I explain, like, I'm not just talking about the number of appointments you're going to get in this 1 month. It's like your business is going to be shown to every single person in your area constantly. So your website inquiries are going to go up. Your phone calls are going to go up. Yeah. Yes, we can talk about the leads that are coming in through the social media platform, but when you have this bigger view of everything, it's just general visibility is going to go up, which means that the speed at which you can grow your company in today's day and age with the power of social media is ridiculous. And obviously you're a testament to that being a possibility. And I think it's fantastic. And I know that we're going to do some pretty amazing things over the next couple of years as well.
And that's the thing. Don't forget, Roy, I've done that with you in 13, 14 months.
Yeah.
Say it's 14 months. I was only newly back in the industry for a year prior to that.
Yeah.
So if I can do that basically within 2 years of starting again.
Yeah.
To any business that's out there now that's like 5, 10 years old, 50, that's already set up.
Yeah.
Got like, I don't know, fucking sales team or surveyors and a few fitting teams. They could fucking do that quarterly.
Yeah.
Because they've already got it in place.
The foundation.
I'm still building. Don't forget, I struggled to trust fitting teams again.
Yeah.
Because of the experience I had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't necessarily have another sales rep ever again.
Yeah.
Because of fucking issues
previous
in the
experience.
Past. But to have the teams that I have got and to be looking at manufacturing our own fucking roof systems.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I say, to companies that are out there that are nervous, I think, personally, like you, Tom, and the gang at fucking Hotspot,
yeah,
will be like the leading marketing company that people tend to. The problem you're going to have is your clients are going to be too close together.
Yeah, that's
and it's
it.
like, where do we draw the line there? Because that's going to feed into Gaz's area, and we can't do that. And that's that'll be your problem to solve.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
100%. I completely agree. No, it's been really good. I've got one last question for you before we wrap up, and you can take a couple minutes to think about it. What's the best piece of advice you've been given that you'd want to pass to anyone else in the trade space?
Don't smoke crack. Right, you have to edit.
Right, that's it. Thank you for watching.
You have to edit that out. Right, what was the question?
What's the best piece of advice you've been given that you would pass on to someone in the trades industry? It doesn't have to be advice that you've been given in the trades industry, something that just applies to the trades industry that would be applicable.
It would probably be, it's okay to say no.
Okay.
It's okay to say no. And learn to deal with stress like it's just another job role.
Right. Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Any day.